There's a pretty big difference between his DK and his Invoker.
Dude, does Misery just rock the Alchemist here? They want a frontliner. They'd love a stun. Really?
And I think you want to put Team Aster on a timer as much as possible.
Very cool.
Weeha's one of his best heroes, honestly. I feel like
very
he
underrated
always looks
on the
good.
This is just the Misery special. You know, you stick. He ensures that this 10th pick gives them the win condition, right? And you can see the path to victory for PaiN. There aren't many other heroes that could pick in that spot to give them one, especially after the Huskar ban.
But now you're going to side lane DK and put Monkey King mid, right?
Probably, yes. But again, there's a Chen in the game, so he can secure the safe lane. It's a mag and a shaker. You don't really accomplish much on that lane. Maybe the Wyvern will come down, but I really think PaiN can abuse these lanes, and I've seen We Alchemist just go off. I still favor PaiN, but it's certainly a difficult game, by far the most even draft of this series.
Okay, I was going to come to Cap first for the predictions, since he was the one that wanted to see the draft. You two have already predicted. Cap.
I actually think that if they do this, like DK is actually kind of okay with the Chen rotations. He can't actually be pressured as hard. I'm actually going to go with Team Aster for this.
Okay, all right, good stuff. If you're sitting at home and you're thinking, why didn't they ask Trent and Kyle what they think? Screw those guys, they've already chosen. Let's head over to our commentary team for game number 3. This one's going to be good, I can feel it.
Game 3, ladies and gentlemen, of Aster versus PaiN. Both teams changing things up a little bit around this time, trying to catch one another off guard, making sure that we don't see, again, sort of these answers coming out for each draft, as we did in both of the games so far from each side, and some switch-ups as well. I mean, looking at these two drafts, what sort of sticks out to you as something to watch out for this game that's a little bit different to the other games we've had so far this series?
You know, I know you're not a big fan of the Magnus. That hero can struggle quite a bit in this game, but he doesn't have anything, or in overall games, but in this one, he doesn't have anything to actually stop his blink. And also, it's next success Magnus. This guy, in my opinion, the best Magnus. Might be
sort of in the last 2 years, LAN performances.
He's been a beast.
He has had some fantastic showings, so I'm excited to see what he can do as we get ourselves into this one. A lot of team fight from both sides. You got black holes coming out from one side, RPs potentially coming out from the other, as we'll get ourselves stuck into this one. One game away. Both of these teams, everything on the line.
We're getting the adjustments happening immediately. You know, you have that time to prep now. You have that minute as players. So they did see who's playing what hero. So they see, of course, that Weehaw was playing the Mirana. So immediately, Sadler's going to be going toward that mid lane with the Dragon Knight. And it looks like they're actually going to pose themselves with a aggro tri-lane to secure their Monkey King and just shut down this Alchemist super hard. They even have XXS starting with double Stout Shield. So he's going to be wanting to lane versus that Enigma to soak the pressure and try to he's going to be sacked a bit, but he'll be able to get some experience as long as they just don't push his tower down. So I mean, eyes on Misery to see what he can secure with the lanes.
Is this sort of surprising to you that we see that switch up? You know, Weehaw Mirana instead of the Weehaw out, HFM playing the Alk instead of the Mirana, and on the other side, D-Stone's playing the Monkey King instead of the Dragon Knight. So, you know, having those changes.
That's where the mind games come in, right? Because it's like they're like, oh, okay, Alchemist will go mid, we'll put Monkey King mid. Mirana goes mid, we'll put DK mid. It's just a quick adjustment, and maybe the players just want to play like this.
They're comfortable to do that?
Yep.
Let's see. Both games so far have been impressive from either side. That first game as well that Aster were able to take. PaiN definitely have the chance to close it down.
Ooh, Misery being sneaky. Cuts through, he's actually already claimed that one bounty rune, so Baboka will know that he's playing in this area now. So they should be aware that there's probably going to be an attempt for a courier snipe. That bounty rune was taken. As lane swaps are going to happen immediately, Bubble is going to make his way toward top so that he can slow down that pressure coming out from that Monkey King / tri-lane that they were seeing unfold.
So for the most part, who would you say is getting the overall better lane situation that they've tried to find with these movements?
We'll see when the TPs happen, because they did it.
They can still change.
We see, well, they're saving their TPs. So we see the Monkey King is now running across the map, saving his TP, as well as HFN on this Alchemist has saved his TP. He walked all the way down bottom. So we'll wait to see a little bit before it all does come down and settle.
Sylar on the mid lane, Dragon Knight against the Weehaw Mirana, as we say this time. Do you expect to see this go one way or another?
DK is going to farm just fine. Yeah. It's really hard to pressure a Dragon Knight with Mirana. It maybe be a rotation from Misery or something, we could see that, but I think Misery's going to put his attention more on shutting down the Monkey King. And instantly, lanes get swapped. You see Magnus TP top, he wants a lane versus that Enigma. Enigma did use the TP, so Enigma is now top versus that Magnus. And immediate Wyvern TP bottom. Do we see HFN switch soon?
I mean, and so how much of a bad lane is that up top? As we'll have to hold that both bottom. King RD does get a little bit trapped in by the fish. D-Stone's able to get the Jingu up. Still just level 1, of course. So no follow-up on this quite yet.
Yep, instant swap. There we go.
Oh, they're swapping again.
Yep,
okay.
Alchemist is going to go top. Enigmas want to go down bottom. They just don't want XSS to get like pre-farm versus these Eidolons, and they want to be able to put pressure with the other lane. They want to be able to slow down the Monkey King's farm with that Enigma just denying creeps non-stop.
And that's a change again, right, from Aster?
Yeah, of course. They're just going to keep
it's just going to keep changing. Who's going to sort of concede first in terms of these movements? Like, it's got to stop somewhere.
I think we're set. We're set now for a bit, for a moment. XXS has to wait for a bit before he can TP down bottom. So I think right now, PaiN has won it a tiny bit. I mean, you can't really like lean it too much this early on, but PaiN has gotten what matchups they wanted.
Of course, whilst all these movements have been going on in the mid lane, Sylar doubling the farm sort of for the moment. As those first few waves, he's got the lead on CS 12 for 4 against the 8 for 3 now that we has find. Has caught up a little bit.
Rotations again. Now Monkey King's top versus an Alchemist. So now Aster's got what they want. As another rotation happens as XSS goes bottom. So musical lanes as we were expecting. Really wanting to get those matchups.
At the moment, sort of out of all those movements, you can see it is both the Monkey King and the Magnus that are sort of missing out the most in CS because of these change-ups. So it's top CS, sure, it is Sylar on his Dragon Knight, but just behind that is the 3 cores of PaiN.
Yep.
As they are just being able to cope a little bit better with the movements. And
especially when they have the Enigma, who kind of actually get those denies and last hits, because he's got Eidolons.
He's got 13 denies, so minute mark Tarbo. So the movements that Aster are making are certainly not making things amazing. I could argue maybe the CS, if they didn't make these movements and they were sort of in these matchups that they don't want to play against. So far, PaiN Gaming definitely going to be a little happier with the situation. 3 minutes in, no kills, but already a 1k gold advantage.
Yeah, the Chen is laning versus the Monkey King right now, so they're even happier because of that. He's going to be able to slow down that farm and also protect his Alchemist, HFN, who has 17 last hits already. That mid matchup is the only one at the moment that is going in Aster's favor.
That's sort of what, as you said, in terms of the heroes, this is expected.
Yeah.
In the 1v1. So let's have that favorable time on the Dragon Knight.
Oh, I heard that. Early level of Concoction being skilled up for HFN. They really want to try to pressure and slow down this Monkey King's farm. He also wants to be like, since like Monkey King versus Alchemist in the laning phase, Monkey King can go to pressure him. Now they can kind of turn the tide with this stun. It's actually a pretty cool approach.
You need it to stop him from getting those 4 stacks of the Jingu Mastery.
Definitely.
Something to disable, because with the Fisher threat, there absolutely is kill potential from this lane, and having that skill point, it takes that kill threat away from them.
Yeah, big fan of that.
This is PaiN. This is both sides realizing that this is how the lanes will settle now at this 4-minute mark. They're not going to change again anytime soon. Maybe if we see someone die, they may, sort of make that TP back into a preferable lane. For the moment being, this is how they're going to sit, and this, if anything, is certainly going to favor that. On this strike, it's going to be whiffed, and HFN can chase down a good charge out of the Concoction. It's going to send them up for first blood. They're going to chase down Baboka as well. The Shadow Tormentor comes in, one more punch would do it. Baboka does have the Enchant Totem. Archangel gets one more hit off, it's not enough to get the kill. TP's coming in as Femra is there with the Splinter Blast, trying to fire back onto the HFN Alchemist. HFN will be able to keep his distance. D-Stone's back into the lane, turns towards Misery. Will be able to chase down the Chen, get the passive build up, bound the strike down again, but there's the Concoction coming through, it doesn't matter. They'll still get the kill onto Misery. Misery falls. D-Stone's now using the rest of that damage to pummel into the Alchemist. And the TP straight away back towards the top is there from King RD. Coming in on the Tiny, warding Femra and D-Stone's back away from that top of 10. But Baboka's still there on the side. Could look for a good Fisher block off. They get the Avalanche onto them. The Shadow Tormentor comes out as well, and they'll kill off D-Stones. King RD coming into that top lane and keeping PaiN Gaming on top.
And the low armor coming into play there. Monkey King just having such low armor. The Concoction does that much more damage, as well as even a tree toss from King RD, just really able to chunk him down. And a Monkey King getting slowed down is always a big worry.
Oh, absolutely. Playing a slow start as Monkey King is never nice. Sure, there is a madness in this game, there is in power, but you can't really rely on that too much because Monkey King's never really a hero that wants to be farming, and indeed another Concoction. HFN, this outscore sort of skill build, the way they're playing it and laning it, is perfectly done by PaiN. They may lose King RD as D-Stones jump forward, but the control of the micro, Misery, holds back D-Stones with the stun. Tree toss comes out from King RD. D-Stones trying to come in. King RD playing around with an extra poke as D-Stones will survive, but has to go back towards the shrine. Pop a salve as PaiN Gaming are just keeping a perfect hold of all three lanes. As we can see here, this is D-Stones' pro debut on Monkey King. Only 20 pub games. It's a 50% win rate as well. Nothing too flashy. That's not a lot of games.
No, definitely not. I mean, PaiN is making all the right moves on the map again.
Mid lane, Has he got the damage? Nah. Oh, I mean, he
he's
thinks
trying
so.
for it.
He is trying for it. He's got the haste route, so he felt that he could play aggressive and he can bottle up and head back. Sylar, Weehaw wants to get the Starfall launch. I'm going to get the second tick off, so Sylar will survive. Weehaw playing aggressive, and you can see on the CS as well in this matchup, Weehaw has really caught back up to the Sylar Dragon Knight, as that one lane that Aster were winning, it's now pretty much even.
Definitely a big concern for
Aster. It's a 3K lead.
3K gold lead, and you have an Alchemist on your team.
And Tavo, we've seen what he can do when he has a rough start and he comes back in. This game he's having a free lane. Absolutely free farm for this Enigma. He's level 6.
Already has the
37 to 23. King RD playing beautifully aggressive, going around the back of this tower, keeping XXS on his toes. Throw out the tree, avalanche and toss to keep XXS down low. He's trying to head for this, but there's a concoction over the tree line. Stop the Boundless. The Boundless comes out, but HFN again. That one point in the concoction has done so much this game. It's done so much. The tips come out onto D-Stones. They are ready to throw this Monkey King off his game.
And just like I'm gonna keep mentioning it, but that low armor, Misery has a blight stun as well, so he gets tick negative, and then there's neutral creeps hitting him as well. That's like the biggest fear for a Monkey King early on, is just getting punished by that physical damage. Maboka, Weehaw's looking for him.
Top lane. D-Stones also making a go onto Arcane GD. We are killing off the Shaker. At top lane, the concoction once again out with that Blightstone and the army. Femrid just gets shredded. D-Stones trying to jump in, but again, Misery with the micro forces D-Stones to back up. A TP will come in from Maboka. The army still chasing D-Stones. Weehaw is looking for the arrow. He'll send it out, doesn't make the connection, but he'll turn towards Maboka instead as PaiN is overrun this top lane. Sylar's coming with a rotation. Weehaw has picked up that double kill, taking both of them out of this. Misery, he'll retreat. Sylar came over for this with the ultimate, but he's unable to find anything. As PaiN, they back out. They're 8-1 at 8 minutes in, and they hold on to this 4K advantage. As PaiN's sort of resilience to get the lanes that they want, and to make the moves that they have, and to sort of just, again, similar to what we saw in Game 2, adapt to the way that Aster's playing. This time, it doesn't sort of take them the Game 1 to the Game 2 to make these changes. They do it in the game. They see what they're presented, and they are tackling it perfectly. As all three of their heroes free farm at the moment in this game.
Such small little things, but making such a big difference there. This skill build, yeah. This one point in the concoction has done such an incredible amount of work. And at bottom also, Tavo's pressuring the tower. He's gonna be able to get it for himself.
They're gonna try and collapse it more, but there is a smoke coming in from Aster. They'll try and fight back. Fisher down, Tavo's being focused. They get the Splinter Blast out as Tavo's trying his best to back off. Skewer across from XXS. Tavo nuked down by the shockwave. He's being blocked off as well by Fenrir. At the same time, then Maboka, can he find anything to set this up? It's taking them a long time to kill Tavo. As Tavo's still alive, Real Shadow's there. He's gonna be fine. They can turn. Avalanche is out. They'll punish XXS for chasing as long as he did. As Aster, they just can't catch a break. Top lane, Sylar's pushing in, but he's on his own. He's surrounded by 3 players of PaiN as they came in aggressively, utilizing that Moonlight Shadow in both lanes. Sylar will start to retreat. Do they have any further lockdown? It's another leap forward. Boundless Strike will hold them back, but Sylar falls. Weehaw jumping in, getting the Starfall damage, and that right click does the job. Misery may go down in return as D-Stones jumps in, and they do get the Chen finally getting that second kill for themselves this game, but they're 7K behind. The struggle is real for Aster.
Having the first 10 kills with an Alchemist lineup, having the Enigma 2 pressuring, having absolute free farm. Tavo's just gonna sit down here. This is now his control of this bottom side. They've already claimed the first tower in the game too. Oh man, Aster. They're gonna need some type of miracles coming in here.
They really
after this rough laning phase.
They somehow need to get a blink on either XXS or Maboka. They need to have this jump. They do have at least, you know, eventually once the 6 is online, the Winter's Curse for that long range setup to allow the walk-in RPs, the walk-in Echo Slams. But the way that PaiN's playing, I don't know if they're going to give up that opportunity for those plays to be set up.
And will they have the damage follow-up is the question. Right now they're going to be, even if they do get those blink daggers, they're going to be lacking items on the rest of their cores.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As we can see up in the Snipes Lounge, boys from Alliance getting stuck in for the game. Should be a good one. We're set up for a lot of team fight. Give that shout out to the boys up there. As bottom lane, PaiN already poised to make another play. We've seen King RD's movements been absolutely on point as he comes in, Avalanche to set up to close the gap with the Malefice. They're trying their best to block off the chain stuff with the toss and the central, the black hole as well being committed by Tavo. They'll get the kill. King RD should die for this one as he'll accept the trade. Two heroes TPing in for that one, but PaiN just making sure they can keep that momentum up. As D-Stone doesn't get the Boundless Strike connection onto Tavo, they'll get the Splinter Blast. But they're just down a little bit, but he can back off. He's got that helm. He's pretty tanky for this stage as Tavo can just walk off. All this area of the map, Arcade, he's nearly got a relic.
Exactly. All this that they're doing is they're showing in all their lanes, right? Weehaw was pushing mid, Tavo and King RD are just making sure that they can emphasize pushing that bottom tower, forcing reactions, and allow Alchemist to just do Alchemist things. Sit in that jungle. They lose their top tower. That's the one benefit for Aster. Siler's able to claim that one, but this Alchemist is almost having a relic at 12 minutes in.
It's King RD. He's got pretty much the same farm as XXS and D-Stones as they are struggling. This Magnus and Monkey King. Somehow Aster, they've got to make moves around Sylar. He is the one hero in the game at the moment that's actually in a sort of a playable position. Once he gets that Shadow Blade, if they can set something up with his rotations, they have to potentially shaking up this flow that PaiN's got going, but it's not going to be easy as PaiN are just so far ahead.
And they're just keeping moves happen every single time. They're making moves toward that Enigma, toward that Mirana, as Alchemist is farms.
And this invasion of the jungle here for King RD and Misery will secure them a kill on Fenrir. Fenrir's gone, D-Stone's having to jump back towards the base. He cannot stick around to try and hold on to this tier 2 tower as the push is coming in from PaiN. And at this point of the game, as we say, it's very hard for Aster to stop it. It has to be this sort of Winter's Curse into the RP, Echo Slam, Wukong's command play that would stop this sort of siege. As they do have at least that deep push with the Splinter Blast, but it's not, at this point,
way too many creeps.
It's not going to be enough damage to stop anything as they're moving in past the tower. Arrow comes in from Weehaw onto XXS, who's able to skewer. Success will back off. But that just means space for PaiN to take the tier 2 tower. And 13 minutes in.
They're forcing the reactions too. Aster's making the moves down there, but during this time, they're not farming at all, while Alchemist is just a very happy camper. HFN has the Radiance finished out, level 10. Oh boy, D-Stones has Treads Aquila, and that is it in comparison to the Treads Radiance on HFN.
That's not going to cut it. And it's just crazy to see this game. You know, you sort of look at the
immediately smoking into Roche too. They're not slowing down again.
They're keeping it going. They know that they're sort of saying to Aster, come and fight us. We're not scared of the least. What are they going to do if they walk into a fight? They have to find some sort of perfect situation as PaiN are just playing this game. And this draft even faster than the draft in game 2. When you look at the heroes, that's very surprising and very worrying for Aster that they're getting sort of played against at an even faster pace. As PaiN seem to well and truly have found out the way to deal with Aster, this team that looks pretty much unstoppable in the group stage.
I mean, they just don't have the damage even if they want to try to kill this Alchemist. He gets ulti up, he gets bottom.
He's solo killing it.
My God. Unbelievable.
Let's start D-Stones, somebody use the balance strike to hold HFN. They've got the slam on the side. They're desperately trying to hold something down, but the damage just isn't there. Winter's Curse comes through. Just going to waste some of the time. The Sylar has that, but the arrow, Weehaw from the river, locks down Sylar. So for the majority of this Dragon Form, Sylar can't do anything there to back up into the Shrine. Concoction comes out. Avalanche for the side. King RD's diving in. The Shrine will keep Aster alive though. But on the retreat, another arrow from Weehaw with this Arcane Rune, getting the connections, has the magical to burst through Fenrir.
Tavo's threatening high ground as well.
This bottom lane's a problem. XXS can't somewhere away. It's 15 minutes in. This is going to be a tier 3 tower going down. As PaiN just playing at such a pace, Misery will fall. See if D-Stones can do anything about Tavo.
He cuts the tree instantly.
D-Stones. The tips may have got to him this game as he is all over the place in this match.
I mean, between the tips and just the rotations, PaiN just adjusting time and time again. D-Stones, Weeha's looking to threaten him,
you see it this stage, but with sort of how far behind he is, the Boundless Strike, it does nothing. The damage is just not there. It is no threat whatsoever.
I mean, Mirana's got 17 armor, so yeah, it's not really going to do too much there. He's trying to get Echo, but...
I mean, as their carry, he's literally like the least threatening hero on the map right now. from Aster's lineup. At least the others have spells to use, and, well, only when they're alive. Fenrir dying once again. Weehaw gets the connection.
We're almost at that mark. The 1K per minute coming out for PaiN pretty soon with an Alchemist.
And Baboka.
Oh my goodness.
They're just dropping left, right, and center. Aster just they can't pull it together. D-Stones. And they're getting hit by another arrow.
There's no breathing room. Aster, they can't actually get out on the map to find anything at all. Sylar is the only one who's really able to as this Dragon Knight. Yeah. He now has, a Mithril Hammer on top of the Shadow Blade, but walking into PaiN's lineup, he can't actually contribute too much. His team does not have what they need right now. They've got the Blink on the Magnus too, but they don't have they don't really have the follow-up. Maybe with Echo Slam, huge RP, but
it has to be the biggest of RPs at this stage. They're 15,000 gold behind at the 16-minute mark, coming very close to that 1K a minute.
And look at the way they've warded too. PaiN, they've got this whole area surrounded, so they know all the vision, they know all the moves that Aster's going to be making unless they come out smoked.
Smoke's going to be dispelled by Misery. So sure, they get a Chen, but then the play's up. They smoke for this big play, they only get a support. King RD's able to blink away, that's not what Aster needed. They needed something more than just a Chen. They're still trying to move in and chase for more. They're under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow. Tavo and King RD will be fine. And that play, that chance there that Aster had is wasted. It's King RD actually missing the Avalanche. So D-Stones is able to jump back, actually jumps back in. Starts to focus down into King RD, as he'll be left behind as Aster, they're coming in with a 5-man. They will get King RD as well, so a second support kill from Aster.
They need anything they can get.
All this time, that top half of the map, all the spaces, we can see D-Stones really struggled this game. These deaths setting him back, keeping him far below the average on this hero in terms of net worth, as D-Stones, the man in question. Top lane getting jumped. Tavo commits the black hole. Will they commit a few tips as well if they have? It doesn't look like they will yet. They're just happy with the way that they're keeping themselves fully on top of this Monkey King, as D-Stones is just not getting to play Dota at all this game. Himself and XXS still being matched in farm by King RD's Tiny.
Yeah, and they're still they're threatening every single lane. PaiN, every single time somebody does try to show on the side of Aster, there's either an Alchemist, there's either Mirana or a Chen, as well as King RD and Enigma. They're constantly threatening, not giving any breathing room for Aster. And we look at the wards, they've got 5 obs wards on the map, just trying to watch, make sure that Aster has no chance to even come into this Roshan whatsoever, as it'll with this DD rune on Weehaw with that medallion too.
Are you sure that sort of as well, just to really resonate how fast they're playing? In 1,000 games of the recent patches, this is the 12th fastest tier 3 tower taken. This is how fast PaiN Gaming are playing this match.
And it was a solo hero killing a tier 3 tower.
I mean, Tavo, Enigma, something that if you play against this team, you have to seriously consider taking away from him. You're gonna get his hands on it, and he just owns the lane. He always knows where to be applying the pressure and when to be applying the pressure in order to get away with it. It's so hard to sort of out-mind game Tavo's sense of mind. As mid lane, King RD gets the toss back. Sylar, there's sort of one big hero in this game, just gets deleted. 50 seconds without the Dragon Knight, and that push ready and in place to come down another lane. The tier 2 in the middle gone. As PaiN, they can just push on for more with no Dragon Knight. Very little D push short, there's the Splinter Blast, but because of how far ahead PaiN are, these spells, these skills that are not going to match sort of the scaling of PaiN at this point with the lead that PaiN have, they're no threat at all. As King RD straight in, another catch, tosses back Fenrir, the stun comes through, they may lose HFN, he's got the Manta, still has that Aegis for 4 minutes as well. As D-Stones will lay down the Wukong's command, but these Monkey Kings only offering a tickle. They do drop the Echo, get King RD. A little bit of a revenge for the plays that King RD has been able to find, and at the least Aster, pretty much the biggest win in a sense that they can stop PaiN from pushing, but they're going to need a whole lot more than that if they want to have any chance of turning this game on its head. As 20 minutes in, PaiN Gaming, they'll be able to head back, secure all of the bounty runes, and as you can see, well above the average net worth of an Alchemist this game, HFN. As the skill build, the way that they got in the right lane, the way that they made so much space for HFN this match, have set him up for success.
Yeah, I mean, Misery's performance on this Chen has been absolutely phenomenal too. The way that he just secured that lane so hard for that Alchemist, and yeah, they're just adaptations to the lanes in that beginning of the game really set them off to an incredible pace. And again, just like last time, they are relentless, looking for kills absolutely everywhere, always hunting, staying on the enemy side of the map, giving absolutely no breathing room.
How long have we got until the Echo Slam? I know Baboka's dead, but he did just pick up a blink. He used it there when he was going down. Again, and we are hitting these arrows. Sylar, is he going to be able to back away? Ooh, gets slow. The concoction comes in. So Shaker's going to be back at 10. He just had the blink. If he had Echo Slam, maybe he could catch him by surprise, but it's not going to happen by the looks of it. King RD jumps forward, gets Boundless Strike. They focus down the Tiny and will kill it. They'll take King RD out of the push. The Splinter Blast starting to deal with the Idle Lance. They'll look to push back PaiN further. As again, holding for now. They've got the full roster back up, but still a minute Slams there. They have that RP, they do have the blink play from the Magnus. BKB is picked up, but then straight on the front, Sylar just tanking it, gets the BKB off before the arrow connects. They have Fisher block the outcall, so they'll look to bring down HF, and once he still has that HF for 2 minutes, Tavo jumps in, kills off Sylar. I mean, that is Sylar dead without buyback, so a black hole worthy to continue this push. As HFN loses his life once, another arrow connects on Berry. He's got the Cold Embrace. RP just coming from XXS, holding down HFN, but they cannot kill it. He stones melts before he gets any chance of life to back up. XXS falls as well. As there is something about these ESL events on the main stage that just get PaiN riled up to be a team that we do not see from them when it comes to games. And this on LAN, it's just blowing Aster away. We saw Aster in the groups. This is not an easy team to beat. Many other teams in this competition struggled heavily against Aster. But PaiN in a best of 3, they're looking to close it up with a heavy advantage now as they've cleaned up that middle lane. 24-8, 28,000 net worth lead at 22 minutes in. I mean, this game, it can't be losable.
I don't think so at all. No, it's 28,000, 22 minutes. That's something you don't see almost ever. It's really been flawless execution on everybody on the side of PaiN. Every single person holding their mark with these clever little approaches, and Aster just completely caught off guard.
Absolutely, and talking about caught off guard, the quick combo to Sylar. Will be able to walk away. The arrow's not there in time, but it's so hard for Aster to just come out at the base and do anything, being so far behind.
So even if they do connect with absolutely everything, it seems like they still might be lacking some damage.
They've got the Blink Echo, but no Blink RP at the moment. They're maybe trying to bait something out with Sylar. Sylar on his way back out.
PaiN's just waiting to push it in top lane, go for that last set of racks, get that tier 2. 29,000 gold lead, 12,000 experience lead, and win probability on Dota Plus is 100%.
100% at the moment. Gaben approved. So Aster, can they prove Valve wrong? It's going to be quite a challenge. 100% that PaiN will win this game according to the system. It's Aster. They'll smoke. They've got the Echo Slam. I don't think they've got RP quite yet, have they? How long till RP?
It's back.
It is back now.
They get the smoke broken immediately. PaiN already positioned on the side.
They need to make this RP and Echo Slam work. It's their only hope. Otherwise, we could expect a GG pretty soon. Sylar just trying to draw the attention of the first. So they'll jump in with HFN. Shiver's guard popped as well. D-Stones comes in from the side with a whip on Samad. Boundless is there. They'll try and skewer him out to the side of it all. RP popped as well. They don't have the damage. Tavo looking for the position. At the moment, holding on as he just punches through. They don't need to use anything more as they just right-click down the heroes. Moving in, and GG is called. PaiN Gaming.
Flawless.
Looking, I can't believe what we are seeing on this main stage. PaiN Gaming. As I said, they've done it before, and then it's up, but this, they're taking it to another level. They really have. The way that they play on the main stage.
It's just the way of everything. The way they prepared with their draft. After that first game, they understood what they wanted to do. They wanted to set the pace of the games, be very, very quick, get their lanes proper. Especially in this game, they get the lanes they wanted, and they just seemed to absolutely run away with it from minute 1.
I mean, you compare